All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Welcome back to AWMFX. So here we'll dedicate our time. I'll dedicate my time to share. I'll share knowledge about supply and demand advanced method that is using a Quasimodo QM setup. All right. So let's kick start. Right now here we are looking at GBP exactly H4. So today we'll talk about what should you do if you miss out on a QML setup in a bigger time frame. Most of us will just make a trade, either buy or sell, depends on the trade, or we'll get frustrated, then we'll start blaming ourselves. But I tell you what, don't do that, because in QML there is a lot of opportunity even in bigger time frame or smaller time frame. All right, so now if you look at it, here we have a possible QM buy setup. All right, a possible QM buy setup. How does it looks like? If you look at the price, if you notice the price is moving lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low, lower high, and then a lower low, then there is a movement that breaks the previous high. So this is a QML setup. So if you didn't know, let me draw it properly for you. So when the price is moving this way, okay, lower, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then suddenly there is a movement that breaks the previous high over here. So this is a QML setup. So what we're going to do is that we are looking for a possible, okay, a possible area or possible price return to this area, okay, for a buy setup. So this is a buy setup QML. All right, so exactly the same. If you look at it, exactly the same. So we are looking for a buy setup. So first of all, we must learn, or we must do it properly. We must label our QML. We must label our QML. And so actually I really skipped 2 days of not doing videos, is because I just got a new desktop setup, and a lot of software is not there, so I need to reinstall a lot of things, and then I'm learning how to edit video to make the video more beautiful for you guys. And the desktop is sponsored by Forex Market. Yeah, I got the profit from the Forex Market, and then I get my own setup. Okay, anyway, let's come back to this area. So what we have is a QML. We have a QML. So we put a line over the QML area first. Right? So we know this is QML. But if you are with me many times already, I already told you QML is not important. Reason is QML is just a signal to tell you that there is a possible trade reversal. So what we are looking for is the important MPL. All right, MPL is maximum pain level. So at one glance, there is nothing. We can see nothing. So I will cut it smaller so that it's easier for me to trace it back. There is nothing. There is nothing over here. So what we'll do is that we'll switch it to smaller time frame and look for a possible MPL. Wow, nice. We have a very nice MPL over here. Okay, so how do we identify MPL? First of all, I will use like this line because I don't want to confuse myself. All right, I don't want to confuse myself. MPL is an area where there is a lot of rejection, price rejection. All right, there is no precise area, but there is. You'll find it. You try to find as much as possible rejection where the price don't close above or below it. So from here we can see this is my MPL. This is my MPL. You can see there is a rejection again, especially within this QML head area. This is the left shoulder. This is the left shoulder. This QML head area. This is a lot of rejection. So when the price came back down here, this is what we call as a manipulation from the big bankers or big players, okay, to hunt your stop loss before it has its initial move up that broke the previous high over here. So what we'll do is that we'll label this as MPL. We must do our labeling correctly and clean, because if you don't do it correctly, you should I say is that your chart will be very messy, and then you do not know where you are. All right, so first of all, we have our MPL. Next, that we can identify, this is what we call as a decision point zone. This is my decision point zone, DP zone, because this area is still very big, and then there is no particular area for me to entry. So this is H1. We'll be switching it into smaller time frame to see is there any possible fresh demand area, fresh demand. All right, so let me switch it to 5 minutes. Let me see. So usually we'll find the fresh demand area. All right, very nice. So we have another same pattern, and this is a very fresh demand area. What is the pattern I'm looking for? If you look at it over here, this particular set of candles, the price is moving upwards, then it came back down. All right, then only it moved up, exactly like what you saw in the 4 hours chart. Okay, the price, where is it? That is the reason I want to cut. This is one of the reasons I like to cut the chart. It's easier to trace it back. Okay, exactly like here, the price went up and then came back down to hunt stop loss, then only move back up. So if you look at the 5 minutes over here, we have exactly the same kind of pattern. All right, the price came back down, right? Came back down, hunt stop loss, and then only move up. And not only that, we have a very beautiful we call it as a demand zone. This is very beautiful demand zone over here, just this small candle particularly. But there is one small problem for me right now. This is M5. What I analyze from is from 4 hour. So the stop loss will be too small for me. This time is too small. Okay, too precise, too small. Usually for GB and ZD, I will enlarge the we call it the zone bigger to 20, 25 for H4 analysis. Okay, reason is that the spread, most of the spread in GP for most of the brokers, the spread is quite big. All right, so let's see, my stop loss right now is still quite big, maybe right here. I think should be all right, should be okay. So this is my possible entry. All right, so I'm gonna take this off. So let's see if it does hit my setup. Where is it? Let me see. Where is my H4? Yeah. So that box is small. There we go. So this is what you do exactly. Pinpoint. Okay, the price touches and then goes up. All right, the price touches and then goes up. Of course, there is a lot of reaction over here, so maybe it's not going up so high, but anyway, this is a very nice risk reward ratio. It's already a very nice risk reward ratio. All right, but this is not my point. This is not what I'm going to tell you. Right, I'm going to take everything off right now. So let's assume that you miss this trade. Oh my god, you'll get yourself frustrated. Don't do that. Don't do that. Some of you will get revenge trade. Don't do that. Calm down. All right. Look at the things differently. So this is H4. What we'll do is that we can switch it to 15 minutes or possible 5 minutes. Okay, and look for any possible at this area if you already miss it. So you still have a lot of time, maybe a few hours. Okay, there is a possible another QML buy setup over here, exactly the same. The chart look exactly the same. The price moving downwards, moving lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower low, and then it broke the previous high over here. So this is another QML setup. Okay, this is what we call it as a quick QML, quick, okay, retest. QML quick retest. So same thing, we do it the same. We label our QML. All right, we label our QML. Then what we do is that we make a line at the QML area. Okay, so this line is not important, just the indication. Then next, we'll find our MPL. Where is our MPL? If you still remember, MPL is a place where there is a lot of rejection, price rejection. So this is my MPL. This is my MPL line, and I'm going to label it MPL. Remember, the most important thing is MPL is not QML. All right. So we have I have my MPL, I have my QML. So next, since this is already M5, I won't be going any further down. Next is that, where is my fresh? Alright, where is my fresh demand zone? I have it over here. This is my fresh demand zone. This is my fresh demand zone. Very, very fresh. Okay. Then what is my stop loss? Let me see. My stop loss. 6 pips. 6 pips is too small. Told you. Okay, even though it's 5 minutes, 6 pips is too small. Usually I'll enlarge it to 10 to 12. Definitely 10 to 12. Let's see where is the 10, where is the 12. So around here, 10 pips. 10 pips. Okay, so this is how you do it. The price came back down. Okay, came back down that time. A lot of people will panic. Okay, now this is the history, because this is what you see right here. During that time, I tell you, a lot of people will panic, because if they already have a pending order, a buy limit over here, they will panic because the price is coming down very, very hard. You can see full candle and then full candle. A lot of people will be crazy, I tell you, if you trade QML. But don't. As long as you do your homework, you know how QML works. You must have confidence in it. So once the price touches this area, it's just like a hot kettle. If you touch the hot kettle, what should you do? You take your hands off immediately, exactly at the price. The price touches something very hot and then jump back up. So this is how you trade your QML in small time frame, even though you miss it in a bigger time frame. All right, and then the risk reward is quite nice too, quite nice. So let's assume that you get it all 16. All right. But anyway, I'm not going into the take profit right here. There is a bearish engulfing. There is a bearish engulfing. So this is my take profit zone. But anyway, I'll forget about it. Likely I'll take profit over here. Anyway, so hopefully you guys learn a few tricks about what you should do if you miss the QML at big time frame. That's why I like to make my analysis in bigger time frame, because once I miss it, or if I don't see it, I will try to go into lower time frame to see is there any opportunity. Usually there is opportunity for smaller time frame to go to. All right, so hopefully you guys learn a few tricks or tips about how to trade QML in big time frame and small time frame. So see you next time. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If you like the video that I made for you, please subscribe and like. It will let me know that you really enjoy or really like it. Okay, so that I will make more this kind of videos for you guys. All right, so see you guys. Bye.